Before I do this next trick, I want to warn adults that it does have a cigarette involved, but it's a special cigarette. It's actually the magic cigarette. So if you do not want your children to watch, then you may ought to ask them to go to another room, or I always tell children to never ever smoke, because it's a very bad habit, and it's a habit that I hope to one day be able to break myself. But out of respect for children, I do like to take the precaution and ask the children not to smoke, simply because my father died at an early age of lung cancer from his years of smoking. So it's still very painful for me to talk about. But anyway, I only have 10 minutes, and usually the average cigarette takes about 5 minutes to burn, so I'm going to go ahead and light it up now, ever since we're at the 2-minute mark. What's so special about the cigarette is the fact that regardless of how hard I try to thump the ash off of the cigarette, it just will not fall off. And for all the people that do smoke, and for the wives that always tell your husband that may smoke to watch a cigarette ash before he drops it, like my wife does all the time to me. This is a nice thing to have if you are a smoker, but again, I discourage the habit, although I eventually want to break the habit myself. As you can see, I'm kind of what we called in my day, in my younger day, hotboxing it, so to speak, to speed up the process. You can see that it's getting a pretty good ash. But it will not drop. It will not drop the ash. And I'm thumping it fairly enough pressure, as long as it is, for it should, on a normal cigarette, it should fall. As you can see, the ash is about 1.5 inches long, about half the length of the cigarette already. and it still will not fall. As you can see now, the end of the cigarette to the point where it would be time to put it out, being about right here. And the ash still will not fall, as you can plainly see. So I'm going to go ahead and put it out because I don't normally smoke it all the way down. And that concludes the Magic cigarette. And once again, children, do not ever start smoking, because it is a really bad habit. It's not cool, and it is, once you start, it is very addictive and difficult to quit. And that's why at the end of each of my videos I put dedicated and in loving memory of my father, because I miss him from him dying at a young age from lung cancer. Sorry.